Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everybody doing? Welcome to the Aftermarket. I'm your host, J&J Video Reacts, and this is a stream created by traders for traders, so we can go ahead and vent about our day in the market. And most of our discussions in here are based on the strategies and techniques that have been developed after 30 years of experience in the market by Chad W. Christian, who is the owner and CEO of American Dream Trading. If you don't know about American Dream Trading, now you know. Most of us who are in this stream, the lounge, are from that group, and we like to continue our daily education in the market that we get from Coach in something that we like to call the aftermarket. So if you're not part of American Dream Trading, the link to join has been posted in and pinned to the top of the live chat. Hey guys, what's up? Hopefully everybody had a good day. I had an up and down day. I, did a lot of scalping practice. Who do I have in here with me? Is that you, Ralph?
You know it.
Hey, bud. How you doing today?
I can't complain.
That's good.
How
That's
about
good.
you?
Not that it helps anyway, right? I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. And we also have Miss Linda joining us.
Hello.
Let me go ahead and get her in
How
here.
you doing, Miss
Hey, Linda. How you doing,
Linda?
honey?
Hello.
Can you
How
hear
are you?
us?
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can.
Good. Good.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I'm good until I
Okay,
lose
cool.
connection and then I'm messed up.
Are
I
you
have a
in
hard
any
time getting
danger?
my. Well, I'm in a different room. If I sit here at the table, I seem to be pretty good. If I go into the other room, then it seems to be worse. So I'm
All
gonna
right. Well, if it's working.
hey, if it works, stay here. It's weird because this is the only time I lose connection. I don't ever lose it on anything else. I don't know why that is, but
Interesting.
How was your
yeah.
day, Miss
Very,
Linda?
very interesting.
It was good. I just did one trade, broke even, and my other money was tied up, so I was out of funds. So
Well, that's still a win. A break
yeah,
even is still a win.
so
That's
I'm good.
right. I'm going to say hi to a couple of people down there. Hey, Vaughn, I see you down there. I see Miranda, Vincent, Juan. I saw Ralph, saw Ms. Linda. Steve-O! See Brad James. I see Miguel, Juan V, and KB. Welcome, guys. I had to put up I had to put up Christina's picture from last night. How about last night, man? That was Linda. You were in here, weren't you, when Coach was here?
Yeah, but I was making cookies. So I got off so he could get on, and then I went to cookies because I needed to make some cookie dough. So I was
for
making
Eric.
cookie dough, and then I would come back over and read, and then I would post something, and then I'd go back and make cookies.
I love it. We're in the background of cookie making. I love it.
Hey,
I love it.
my husband was excited when he realized that he had cookie dough. So hey, I was good.
Eric Smoto would have loved that.
I don't even know why I'm laughing at that. It's just last night was so funny. It's just when I think about it, I start laughing.
I feel like we were at a party.
Just for the record, yes. I would not go and hunt anybody down. You know, now please don't mess with me. I don't want you to mess with me.
You have that kind of face, though, that like don't mess with me. You really do. Whether you mean to be looking like that or not, you have a I'm sweet.
Don't say it's like a resting bee face. Don't say that.
I knew you thought I was going to say it, and I didn't. I did not
That's
say
not what
that.
you were thinking, though, was it?
I kind of was, but you also have a sweetness. You also have a sweetness to you. That's why we call you Miss Linda sometimes.
You don't even have to do that. Like, you can just call me Linda. I'm good with Linda.
I mean,
makes me sound old.
I switched it up. I switched it up to Linda because I'm probably older than you are. And a lot of people don't think I'm as old as I am, but oh my God, I hate Miss too. Lola was doing that real bad in the beginning. Hey, Mister, stop calling me Miss, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a
Bruno
Gen
does
Xer.
that.
I don't sound like that.
So it's Linda because I always call you Miss Linda.
And I'm older than you are, so I just turned 60. So I just turned 60.
I'm from the South.
Well, not by much though. Not by much. So, you know, I'm 55, dude. I just turned 55 in
I feel like I'm still in my 40s, early 40s is the way I feel.
I feel like I'm still in my 30s, really. I really do. You know, I still work out and all that good stuff, but you look good.
Oh, well, thank you.
That's all that matters, right?
Some days I do. Some days I look better than others, but
honestly, actually, now that I'm snapshotting it, what? Yeah, you look good. You look good. Just know you're looking good. I'm like, wait a minute. Did she say what I thought she said? Yeah, I just knew you were going to say something under where I am.
No. But I mean, I had my kids when I was 28 and 32, so I think that keeps you young. I don't know.
I had my daughter at 27.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I was married. I
think that was a good age.
I was married like 8.5 years before we had kids. So yeah, both of mine are miracles. So I say I have my engine and my caboose, and I'm good. So.
Awesome. So. Well, Ralph, I tell you what, I'm glad I did what I did and got that back over because it would have been sketchy. Man, dude, I was like, come on. I had it all planned out that I was going to take time, and Bruno had a conversation at the end of I don't know, they might still be going because Pastor jumped in there. Hopefully he'll come on over here. But man, I didn't take my time. Every time I thought I was taking my time and I got in when I was supposed to get in, but you know what? And everybody kept saying it was a choppy day. I had so many days that I wasn't able to trade that I was jonesing too much to trade. And I trade on a day when I shouldn't have been trading.
It was absolutely choppy.
Do you guys remember, you may or may not, there was a computer game that my kids used to play called Backyard Baseball. Do you remember that? It had like Pablo and you would select your little players and everything. Well, anyway, there's a scene.
I love it, but I don't think I ever played it.
There's a scene where this lady goes, they didn't want to play, but they were having to play this game. And they didn't want to be there, and they were playing. And she made the comment something about the other team, they're sucking and we're sucking, but they're practicing at sucking. And that's the way I feel sometimes. I'm sitting here and I'm putting in the time and I'm still sucking. What is going on? I'm trying. But,
I know.
You know.
I wrote Bruno a DM.
Maybe
I said, Bruno, I'm still freaking struggling.
I need a bench buddy.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like I know what's going on. I got Ralph over here on X. giving me all kinds of clues and hints all day. I got coaches strategies so far deep in my head that I'm like, I'm spitting them out. But
and I'm
and when I
reinforcing.
think I'm executing, I know, and I think I'm where I need to be, and then I get in and I still
We still suck.
lose money. And the only thing, yeah,
I'm
the
just
only thing I
kidding.
can account it for it is that I'm not waiting, like Bruno said, for proper
Well,
setups. Even though I am,
Mhm.
I'm
we
really
know
not.
the rules. We know the rules, but then we don't apply them. And so we find ourselves sitting back on the bench again, going, how stupid are we? We know the rules. We should apply the rules. And what were we doing? Breaking the rules.
But I didn't break them
Yeah.
today. I don't think, other than maybe staying in a little bit too long. But it was moving so fast that I ended up getting losses. I didn't even stay in and hang out in anything. But the $20 here, $30 there, and I got in a couple of. Okay, I did do one thing. I revenge traded. I kept trying to. Okay, I have. My disability check came in today. I got a couple dollars. So, okay, I lost a little bit here. I got enough to get back in this and make it up. And luckily,
Disability
no, I did not
traders.
lose my rent money, but I lost too much money to I can't keep doing this shit, man. I'm like $200, even 200. When I was losing four, that was bad. 200 is still bad, And I mean, everything I touched turned to shit. I even got into that crap they were doing at the end of the day. What was it? The ADTX or something, and got one share of it. And when it was flying up, okay, I got $4. Hey, that's green. Yeah, of course. As soon as I get in, is when the drop happens, and I end up losing 17 more
I'm not
dollars.
laughing
I'm
at
like,
you, Dawn.
Jesus, come on! This thing has been running, and I get in it. I'm the curse. Maybe I
I'm
don't need to
not
trade
laughing at you, Dawn,
because
man.
I'm ruining
you
it for
shouldn't
you all. Okay?
you shouldn't have gotten in that. That's
That's
the
what I
thing,
was
because I was
thinking.
watching it. I was
I
watching
got
it, and
one
I'm thinking,
share.
man,
Yeah.
you can't. That's the
I
problem.
got
That's
That
one
the
thing
share when it was
FOMO.
was
at
stopping.
$57. I said one share,
You know,
$57. I can't lose any more today, right? So it goes,
yeah,
starts shooting up, and I get $4 up when it was like 60 bucks. I'm like, hey. Then all of a sudden, boom! When it starts shooting, and
yeah,
somebody, it's at 42. I'm like, you're freaking kidding me, right? Right? Please tell
yeah.
me you're kidding me. So I hurry up, get
And,
out of it, and I'm at a $17 loss on it. I'm like,
and then it went up,
I, I know, to like
and then it went up
$80.
to
Of course.
$80.
I feel like the universe
I
is
got.
trying to tell me, don't focus on content creating because trading is not for you.
Yes, it is,
That's not
Dawn. You're a
true.
good
That's
trader.
not true.
You're a good
You're
trader.
you're
You
you're
just go
yeah.
ahead, Zay. Go ahead.
Patience. You today you didn't have any patience. You didn't have any patience with yourself, and you didn't have any patience with the trades that you were placing. And because it was super choppy this morning. I was watching, like, yesterday was choppy. I felt like today was like yesterday,
Yeah.
and I was watching SPY going up and down, and I think there was only one runner. I don't remember what
Meta.
Meta, I think it was the only
I think
one
it
that
was
was
meta.
going. And but I never jumped into Meta before, so I'm like,
I'm
I'm not
never
even
in
going to
meta.
do that. But it's like the only one that went up. But I think you're getting frustrated, and you said it. You're revenge trading. Even your last trade at the end of the day, you shouldn't have placed that. You already had a bunch of
Yeah.
losses throughout the day. The only reason why you jumped into that is because you're thinking, oh, now I'm going to make money. You are revenge trading. You weren't thinking about the trade itself. You were emotionally attached to trading instead of thinking, wait a second, these were my losses already. What are the rules? What are the
True.
rules? What was the percentage of my account that I already lost today? Because we
Yeah.
get sucked up into that crap. Yesterday I lost, I think, 5% of my account, and it was all in the morning. And I'm thinking, I'm not going to trade anymore. That's it. Screw it. I don't care, even if it starts running. But you have to stick with those rules because that is part of the rule, right,
Yeah.
Don? Yeah.
You're
You
absolutely
you
right,
and
Zen.
it was
You're right.
it was a choppy
Today
day.
was
But
tough.
don't beat yourself. but don't beat yourself up about it. I mean, we all have bad days. Come on,
It's
it is
unavoidable.
what it is.
Yeah.
Listen, just don't just
I'm not going anywhere, but
yeah. You
it's
have to
just so
stop.
frustrating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Linda, you're on mute.
Is
Linda
that
was saying
the Ocean 11 star?
it
The
is.
Tesla
It
representative?
is. Thank you, Zen. I really
What's
needed
going
that. I
on,
needed
Ted?
that. That you kind of talked
Listen,
me down just there.
you
Thank
are a
you.
good trader. You're
Yeah,
you're
you
a good
are.
trader, and you know the rules. You know the rules. You've been here as long as I've been, and the only reason why you're frustrated today is because you broke the rules. And I think you're probably more frustrated with the fact that you broke the rules than the actual money that you lost. But I don't know. I'm not
I
in your
am.
head, but I mean that's how I feel
No,
sometimes. Is
that's
that
it. Because I feel like I know the rules. Why is it not working for me? You know what I mean? And
patience?
there's a disconnect between what absolutely there's a disconnect between what I know in my head and what I'm actually implementing. And you're
Right
right.
there.
It's emotion driven. It's emotion driven and not mechanically driven like it should be.
Well, Don, let me ask
You're
you a
right.
Right
question.
there.
What was the stock that we're talking
Yeah.
about?
I got into a couple different ones. Yeah. You know what?
So were you
I was
just like
supposed to be
throwing darts at the board, blindfolded,
No,
and
she never
hoping
does
something
that.
would hit?
Not necessarily blindfolded. I kind of picked my poisons today ahead of time, but
Yeah.
they just for whatever reason, maybe I just wasn't patient enough. Come on, Robin Hood. Maybe I wasn't patient enough to stay in them long enough. I was in AMD. Let's see. So I was in AMD. I was in.
Well, you made some money off of the puts on AMD, so let's not talk about that.
Well,
Let's mess up,
not
Ted.
really.
We want to
Yeah.
talk about the wins,
Because
Ted. Damn.
look right here. I got in AMD at $56. I got one contract and I got out at $49.
Okay.
Oh, ADTX, that wasn't too bad. I got in at $31 and got out at 17. For some reason, I thought I got in at $50.
Because it was moving so fast.
Yeah, SPY. I got into SPY. I was up on this one at one point. I got
Yeah.
I think I got I got in at $25. It was a SPY.
What time of day?
This was a SPY put. And I got in the SPY put at 1:05 p.m.
East Coast time, right?
Right? Yeah, East Coast
So
time.
13.
And I lost $10 on that one.
So you tried to enter a put, but if you look at it, it was already well down.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
and I got
remember
in
that.
it when it started going down. And a couple of times it pissed me off because I got in at that initial SPY pull. Remember when who was it? Was it Adib and maybe Harlow and those guys were talking about, okay, as soon as it breaks 450, we're golden.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was in that group. And when it pulled, I was up $50. Instead of me getting out, I let a couple of green candles happen because I didn't know the level that I did know the level. It was I was waiting for it to hit 450.79, the level that I had. And that was one that I had gotten from Coach.
Can
It
we
was
break that
458.
down?
Well, it never got past. Huh?
I was going to ask.
Yeah, because there was another level before that.
Let's break down that trade. Let's
Okay.
break down that trade. I think there's a delay here. I don't know if it's me or you, but whatever. Let's break down just that one specific trade. It sounds to me, and I'm not looking at my charts. Obviously, I'm driving right now, but And I'm not like Christina. I gotta watch out for the people around me. So,
Matter of fact, where
so
she at?
it sounds like you were scalping that SPY, whatever it was, a put or a call. Was it a put or a call?
It was a put,
I got
because I
into a
remember
put then.
when she got.
Yeah.
I remember it was a
But
put.
you didn't get in at the 2 minute EWO, right? You got
Nope.
in when it was already running.
Yes.
Right.
It had ran down, pulled up,
Okay.
consolidated, and dropped again. Took her stop loss and
So
started
what's
rotating up.
so when you purchased that, did you also purchase a stop loss automatically?
Well, you can't do that in Robinhood. You have to enter it after. So I was,
Okay.
waiting for it to
All
get
right.
a little
So
bit of traction and get green before I put it in.
okay.
So
Okay.
if I'm looking at that at
Which
go ahead.
I'm trying to tell you guys what it was. It was
So at 105,
let's see.
at
Spot
105,
put.
it was actually doing a bullish. It was coming off of a low, and it was
Hmm.
actually on its way up.
I remember this.
So you were anticipating that it would go back down again, but there
Hmm.
is no. That's the hardest thing to do, is to predict whether it's going to go up or down at that point.
I
And
had.
it hit that. It
Yeah.
hit that. It hit that. That support, and then it bounced. I
Yep.
think I remember that one. And then it pulled all the way up
And
through
then
VWAP again. Was that
right,
the one?
exactly. That's
Yeah.
Hmm.
but it had
Because it
already
went
gone
I
to the
was
back.
in
high
that one. I
supply
was
zone.
actually, I'm looking back at my trades and I was in a few of them. So yeah, I was in a couple of those and I was in that one when it pulled back up to VWAP.
So
And were you in a call when it pulled it back up to VWAP, or you were in a put?
Put. Yeah, I was in a put.
Yeah.
I had been
So
trying to do
yeah.
spot puts all day.
So here's. I'm just gonna give you my thought on that, and then everybody else could give their opinion. My opinion on this is like this. When I'm scalping like you did there, um, when I'm trying to do a scalp like that, my stop loss is tight. My stop loss immediately, I don't give it the 40%. The only time I give it the 40% is on a 2 minute EWO entry. When I'm scalping, my stop loss is on its heels of that entry. And if the stock isn't moving, then I'm out. Because I'm only scalping the runner. If it's not running, then there's no point in being there or waiting for it to reverse. Get out.
that's
That's it. Cut your loss at the minimum. Go ahead.
I was going to say that's coach's training.
Yeah.
So you didn't have a stop
Hmm.
Right.
loss all that tight.
No.
So let's get into that habit,
So
because I've been in that same boat,
yeah,
Don. The thing is,
you have
unless
to
you're
switch to Webull. You have to switch to a different platform because Robinhood is not meant for that. Robinhood is meant for longer term. Like if you're buying shares or if you're buying 90 days out, you can do that with Robinhood. Stuff that you need to be quick on, the draw and scalping. I've never been successful with Robinhood. Maybe other people have, but I haven't. Not with scalping.
Yeah, it would just take me some time to get used to. I use Webull to like look at levels and look at the stock itself and the level two and all of that, but I don't use it to actually trade. I have used it to trade before. It's just a matter of force of habit, getting it to be a habit to use what Webull.
Yeah.
I also like Robinhood because it gives me the ability to, transfer my earnings over to a debit card that I can use. You know what I mean? So with
Right.
Webull, I got to do the transfer into my bank and wait 5 days and all that bullshit. I don't feel like going through all.
Right. No, I get it.
But you know what I mean? So, it's a matter of convenience as well with that. So there's a couple reasons I do Robinhood. It's easier for me with my eyesight to be
Yep.
able to get in and out of trades because it's not as many mechanics to hit. So
Yep.
Well, let me ask you
there's a couple
this:
reasons why I do it. Yeah.
will it hurt you to have both?
I do have both, and I have traded on both.
Okay, but it
But
hurt you to
I think
use both is what we're asking.
at this point, with me not being familiar with it, yeah, because I'm gonna end up losing money because I'm not gonna know how the hell to get out of a trade quickly. With Robinhood, I'm so quick with that mechanic. It's like I don't even need to be able to see it. That I know where literally everything is on that screen. I can sell, limit, go up in the corner, get stop limit, set the 2 levels, get out. You know what I mean? And when it doesn't work, oh, I know exactly where to go to. Oh, let me reset it. And I mean, I can literally do it like that. So it's going to take some time for me to get with that with Weeble. You know what I mean? So I'm so comfortable with it that I can do things that it would take other people a couple minutes to do. I can do it in a matter of seconds because I'm just used to it. You know, when I want to go in and buy something really quick, bit. Did it take? Yes, good. Okay, I know where to check. It didn't. Let me cancel it. Bit. Let's try it again. Did it work? Okay, cool. I'm that quick with Robinhood. So you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to break from that, you know?
Right.
Yeah, but
I
it's
know.
costing you money. But it's costing you money, honey.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, to the
The
point that I
app
was
or
making
my habits,
yesterday.
though? Is it I don't know that it's Robinhood. I think you're right initially. I think it's me, you know, not being patient in these trades that I'm in, you know?
Well, then you shouldn't
Robinhood's
scalp
not
on
really doing anything
Robinhood. Then
wrong.
just
That's
well, it's
it.
not set up
Hey,
for
That's
listen,
it.
and listen. What he
That's
just
because
said,
I
you
need to
should
be
scalp
doing a
it.
2 minute
You say it all the
EWO. You're
time.
right.
You're not a
I need to
scalper.
be doing the EWO. Period. I don't need to be
and have
scalping. And I
patience
was
and
trying
have
to scalp today.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Right.
Yeah. And today was a bad day. Well, actually, it wasn't a bad day if you're a good scalper.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you got the right tools. If you got the
Right.
right tools today, wasn't a bad day. But
Yeah.
it's like anything else. I'm listening to you, and I hear your frustration, and I get it, man. And it takes some time until it clicks, Don. Until it like you get this epiphany. And for some people, maybe this doesn't happen; it just comes naturally. But for me, I had to have like an epiphany, and I had to stop trading, literally stop trading for a few weeks and just think about everything that I wrote in my journal, everything that I learned, and just focus. And I had this mental eye awakening that, I just got to wait for the right entry and then know how to use those stops to my advantage so I don't, blow up my account. And since I started doing that,
Yeah.
which is coach's rules, right? He says this every single freaking day. And there's a difference between the 2 minute EWO, there's a difference, and then the scalping. But for me, it's I hear the words, and it took me a long time to understand exactly what that meant in practicality. And maybe for you it's taken a little longer too, or you just had one of those days that you just like, oh fuck it, I don't care. I'll just let the rules go out the window today. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Well, another way to look at it too, though,
I don't know, man.
is instead of beating yourself up for, I don't know if you can hear me. Um, the Instead of
Yeah.
beating yourself
I
up
can
for
hear you.
today, take a look at the week. How do you feel about the week?
Oh,
Right, that's a
I'm on
good point.
disability, and I got my check today. That's why I have money to trade.
No, but how
Jen
do you do?
also got paid
How do,
today. Some money to trade. I did not trade all week
but how
because
do
I
you
had
feel
no
about
money.
your
I didn't have
trading?
any buying power.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You did.
Yeah.
You did take some trades though,
Yeah.
Don. You didn't just. You had trades.
I
I thought
mean,
you had one really good
yeah, but
day with AMD.
no, not really. I mean, because on any given day, I didn't have any more than $20. So, but you know what? Here we go. Here we go again. I'm thinking in terms of dollar amount when I should be thinking in percentages. You see
That's
what I'm
what I'm
saying?
trying to say. Like how?
That was brought
Yes.
up today. That was brought up today and I heard it again, and I'm like, that's right. Focus on the percentages, not the dollar amount. Somebody said that earlier today, and I'm like, you know what? And it actually helped me out the rest of the day, because I stopped going for larger amounts and started just trying to do smaller plays and just looking at my percentages. David, it was another gentleman and David that was talking about percentages. And I was like, you know what? Really be focusing on, because if I get good, like David said, he got good at getting 5%. Then he upped it to 10%. Then he upped his dollar amount that he was using to get that 10%. So that it was more.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? I need to set my jet. Okay, no matter what. And even if some money on the table initially, get in the habit of getting green. Get 5% and then get out. I know this goes against what Coach says about, but if I can just, if I can get green, if I can get green, you know what I mean? If I can get, well, no, see, that doesn't make sense either, because in my brain, I'm fighting, because it's like, no, you know better, because why would you just take 5%? I've internalized a lot of it, but it's like, why would you just take 5% if it's running? That's stupid. And I coach. Why would I'm one of those ones that, take your hand off the, no, I'm not taking my hand off the mouse.
Robinhood.
Well,
I'm taking my hand off the mouse because I need to let it run. You know, I need to let those runs.
The reason why you got that take the 5% in your head
right there
is because I used to trade with Robinhood. I know. I'm speaking from experience here. You're gonna use that limit sale, which is a take profit, and then once it do one more tick, it's gonna sell your option off at a win, but it's gonna continue to climb higher. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Actually, I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about.
Oh, all right. Well, Zig, you know what I'm talking about?
I do, because I used to do the same thing, because sometimes I didn't know how to put a stop, and I couldn't watch
exactly. So
I
it's at one number. Say if it's at 20,
would put in that
and you
limit
already
cell.
agreeing with 20, and you saying like, well, if I could just lock in at 22 or 25, then you'll go ahead and set the take profit, the limit sell, and then once price pushes up there, it's gonna sell you off. But what you're not looking at is the continuation is gonna bring it to 56. You know what I'm saying? That's a Robinhood habit, is it not?
Wow.
Because that's the only way you can get out of the trade. It's not like you can go and put in the stop limit or whatever they did, because if you put in the stop limit and you set it up wrong, it's going to blow past it. Then if you set it up right, it's still setting you up for failure.
So you're setting a limit sell and capping it at a certain dollar amount and taking out,
which is absolutely against the rules. Yes,
because it could turn.
Yes.
It could go the other way before it hits.
Right. I've never done that.
It could keep going.
Yeah, I've actually never done that.
When I used to trade options hard, and I get in an option, right, and it falls back, I have it set, right. I had the stop limit or whatever, and I'd be like, man, forget that. If the price comes right back up, and it can check me off while I make $1, I'm gonna set that take profit, and then boom, it'll grab it. But guess what happens after that? The option just keeps going, and I'm like, what the hell just happened? I just made $1 when I could have made 10, or when I could have made $50, you know. And so you cap yourself off with the take profit, and that's the coach said it the other day. You're gonna keep making $10. You're gonna keep making 10. You're gonna make 20, and then it's gonna take forever or something. I remember him saying something like that, and I was like, "Damn, that's exactly what I was doing with Robinhood." But with the Weeble, you could just slide the stops in the same fashion that you can do with Robinhood shares or whatever. But you can't do that option. Like Robinhood need to get the options trading strategy together.
Robinhood is not for professional traders.
Yeah.
They're not for professional traders, and they know that. They're not. Yes. They're for your. They're for kids. They're for people that don't really understand options. When I first, they're the ones that turned me into stock trading. was because of Robinhood,
Mm-hmm.
because it was so easy to buy and sell and get into options. You're not looking at options charts, you're not looking at any of that stuff. And when you don't understand any of it, it makes it easier to trade, but it doesn't make it better. It doesn't make it.
Yeah.
It doesn't guarantee success because at least I've never had any success with it.
But
But it works though
with the
because of
euro
the
strategy, it works.
like for example, like on Robinhood, to do cash secure puts and cover calls, it's to me it's the best thing out there. I mean, I use Robinhood because, like you said, it's a lot easier to trade
Right.
since I'm always on the truck and on the road and stuff like that. But you have to go in with a plan, no matter with what strategy you use. You have to go. You still got to have a plan before you make any entries, and you got to make sure you have a plan to exit as well, even if it's the
You slid in
EWO.
here, didn't you?
What's that?
You slid in here. You slid in here, didn't you? I didn't know that was you, motherfucker. Don't say nothing to get me in trouble. I'm telling you
Hey man,
now.
listen.
Don't
I
say
love
nothing to
y'all
get
and
my ass
everything,
in
but I gotta
trouble.
go. My
Don't say
dad
nothing
calling
against
me. He
coach's
82.
teachings. I didn't know it
I
was
think
him,
I think my dad said he fell down. Listen, I gotta come back later. Yeah, it's been real,
I'm
bro.
telling you now, Lolo,
I love
behave.
y'all.
Hey, I didn't say anything wrong. I just said my personal opinion.
Hey, man,
Okay, and we're gonna
I
leave it
gotta
at
go.
that.
I mean,
No, but I mean,
I didn't even think I was gonna get in trouble for, I never told anyone not to do what coaches teaches. I mean, I told them, yeah, y'all need to stick with the EWO. I just mentioned what worked for me. I never said
Hey,
don't do this or do
hey,
that.
You
you
better
watch the
watch
tape.
out. You better watch out. He doesn't
Hey,
Lolo.
walk
watch.
into this fucking chat.
What's
Hey,
that?
you watch the tape, bro.
So you better
We
watch
got
out.
you on
Um,
Coach
tape,
doesn't
bro.
come into this chat right here. He's gonna rip you a new one.
he's not gonna do anything. I mean, what's the worst you can do? Kick me out of the Discord? I didn't do anything wrong. I never disrespected him, and I told him there like he disrespected me on there. I mean, it was uncalled for. You know, I mean, I didn't want to touch the subject, but since y'all brought it up, and I told Coach, I'm like, Coach, I mean, obviously somebody went and told you because I've never said anything about anyone not doing what you taught.
No, don't
I
no.
just said
Oh,
that
you're talking about in the morning? You're talking about in the morning?
yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
And I told him I was like, look, I just said what worked for me. I never told anybody not to do what you teach. And I heard the entire conversation. You know how they say that nobody message anybody or like that? I had over 63 people DM me, and I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? So I was able to go into town and I logged in and I heard everything he said, and that's why I comment what I said. If he would have been mad or if he would have known, if he would have known that I did wrong, he would have kicked me out of the Discord, just like he's done a bunch of other people. But he knows for a fact that I will never go against his teachings. I mean, if other people develops different strategies and combines it with his, I mean that's their personal
Yeah.
way of trading.
Okay. But
But
I just
I've
want
never
I want
told
them
you
to still
guys
have their
to not do it.
I know. Okay, well, we're not going to go against coach's teachings. Period. You know what I mean?
No, I mean you don't have to. Nobody has to
Yeah.
go against coach's teachings, and
Yeah.
that's something that we've always preached. I didn't say anything different that I used to say on the morning show. Like people ask and I answered. You know what I mean? I don't know why it got so
Lolo,
out
do
of
you have
hand.
your own channel, or
Well,
do you have your own um, group?
I do not. I do not
Okay.
have my own group. Coach sent me a message the other day and thought I was with data or data, whatever his name is.
yeah.
And
So that was his concern. His concern was that maybe you were
no,
part of the group.
no. Hey,
Oh, you're not with data? Okay.
pipeline for everything. I got the shitty.
You're in the matrix, dude.
Not have my own Discord. I do not
You're in the matrix, Lolo.
have personal time. Everything I've done and everything that everyone that helped.
I have this image of Coach like controlling the squelching.
Yeah, right? You're in the matrix, dude. We're,
Lolo,
we're
Lolo,
not.
you
All
look
right,
Yeah, it'll
guys,
be a
I'm
little
back.
bit
My
until I get
dad,
out of
he's
it.
all right. What y'all saying now?
Give me about
What's going
Lolo,
on?
we
2 minutes
can't
and
hear
I'll
you,
be
man.
off this.
Lolo, we can't hear you.
Okay.
Lolo, we can't hear you. Lolo, we can't hear you.
What the? What the?
You there?
I'm
I think you need to
here, but
find a
it's gonna
better
take me
Lolo?
about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, okay. Yeah, because everything you said was in the matrix. It was all chopped up. Everything. Um, but yeah, I do realize I was doing things that I should not have been. Position size is huge. And I keep saying I'm going to do this, and I keep trying to go into different stocks and figure out which one I can use, smaller dollar amounts, get some traction, and do multiple 2-minute EWOs in a day, just in case it is choppy.
Okay.
But then
So
again,
can
I
I just
realize I
say
don't have
this,
to trade
Sean?
every day.
Can I just say this?
Yeah. Yes.
Scalping SPY is the hardest thing that you're ever going to do. And maybe you should focus on stocks for now. Because I tell you what, SPY is one of these animals. Yeah, coach has found this way that sometimes Apple, because it's such a big part of SPY, it can give you an indication, but sometimes it doesn't work,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you've got other stocks that
Yeah.
contribute to SPY, and then you're making assumptions that. So I think it's much better to just deal with a stock because that's pure, right? That's a pure stock. It's not depending on the entire market. You're just dealing with one stock and its behavior.
And here's the thing. I
So
thought about that
avoid
too, Ted.
SPY, avoid
That
Tesla.
may be a good strategy. And I'm like, I don't like the fact that there's a 2-day wait, but maybe that 2 days is good. But here's my thing. Maybe I'm thinking I'll do shares Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That way I'm getting whatever I earned from Monday on Wednesday. I'm getting whatever I earned on Tuesday, Thursday, and I'm getting whatever I earned Wednesday on Friday. So I'm not having to carry anything over into the weekend. It gives me some time to just really kick back and get into a stock that I like and just learn to do shares, because really Nate is really inspiring me to go in that direction. So yeah, I am on that page, Ted. I am
And
thinking
if you want
about
to do
maybe
SPY, only
getting
do
into that
SPY on a
instead.
2-minute EWO, right?
Only when and maybe don't get in on the second candle.
Yeah. And
Wait
by the way,
until it goes a couple more.
when you
And
hear people saying it's choppy, that should be like a danger Will
yeah,
Robinson signal for you. Especially
Whenever you hear
yeah,
when you hear Nana say she ain't touching something,
yeah,
just close the
yeah.
laptop and walk away.
I'm one of the
Well,
biggest
she
ones
says
that
that
says
all the
Nana
time.
says that, and I didn't. Yeah, I know.
To be
I'm not
honest,
touching that thing.
if I had a nickel every time
Hey Don,
Nana
you know
says,
what's
"Oh,
good
this is
too?
I'm out." But I really do think that
The
there is
EWO.
wisdom when people are saying that it's. Yeah, we were going over Dawn, and she had some trades today that seemed that she was like deep in the scalp territory of SPY, and that's just a tougher trade.
Oh yes, SPY is difficult to trade. I mean, I start every
Welcome
Yeah,
back,
I'm
SPY.
Lolo.
thinking about switching over to shares.
Yeah, I go through that little same spot all the time on the way home, and it just cuts out for like 2 minutes. So I was gonna say, so you know what makes you more comfortable with doing EWO trades? If you if you're on
What?
TradingView, and I'm sure they have it on Webull, look for the MA ribbon. It's a ribbon that has 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 50 EMAs, and they do an EMA crossover, and you're going to use that just to see the sentiment and the direction, or see if it's bullish.
I have something similar to the trading setup. I have the EMA 25, 55, and 21. Yeah, I have the EMA 55 and 21, and I've got the MA
Lolo,
200,
you're hitting a
and I've
matrix
got
again.
VWAP and the two, and that's it. I've
Yeah,
got the
no,
EVO,
So the trading
I've got
view,
the 21 and 55, and I've
The,
got the MA 200 and VWAP.
the trading view indicator
And
is
I
what he's
use all of
the
those.
explaining.
trading view indicator. The trading
Yeah.
view indicator does have the MA cloud as an option, and I have that as well. I think it's wonderful. So I agree with you, Lolo. Yeah, he disconnected.
I really have to get used to pulling trading view up.
You should. I live in trading view
Yes.
now.
If you're not using TradingView, I mean, what are you using, dog? Come on, now.
You're
That's
just
the
living
best.
in
That's the
Weeble land.
Weeble.
that's the that's why you're struggling. I'm just point it out.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just point it
am I
out.
allowed to share my desk?
TradingView is the best.
Am I allowed to share my
Huh?
desktop? Am I, is this
Yeah, you
allowed for
can.
sharing?
You know how to do that? Yeah.
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm going to put up Spy
You
because
would just have to put into.
that's fine. I've got the window open.
Yes, we hear you.
David.
All right, I've been having trouble with the damn phone. I'm gonna keep bouncing back and forth.
Oh, all right. I thought I had to go check on my dad
Hey.
again. It's David though. I'm fine.
Let's see here.
Hold on a second.
I'm not about to get lined up in here.
Yeah, I know that Bruno knows he does it. He has it where his monitor has he puts it, I guess he has a camera on it or something.
Oh, I've got to.
And then I can go ahead and share the screen.
Hold a second. I've got to share. Try this.
And it'll come up as another window for me to toggle into the stream.
All right.
Hopefully everybody is getting value in the stream today. If so, feel free to drop in a Cash App tip. Help me regain some of this bag. But yeah,
laugh,
hopefully people are
Don't
being
laugh.
patient.
It is not funny.
It's true. It's really not. It's really not, because
It's not funny. Do not laugh.
it's not funny, man. It's really not funny. I don't know. But I really do think that I may be on the shares tip this upcoming week. I really do think that. And if not, at least some smaller cap options.
Of time, these shares will show you the way. Okay? 2, trading options. I'm telling you, trade them shares each day. You start to learn how that thing move. You know when it's a real bullish day. You can be trading the shares. You can be like, hey, this thing about to pop. I'm about to go on and grab me a couple options. You know what I mean? You can do both. That's what I'm telling you. You can do both, you know? You like trading options. That's what you do.
I do.
You know?
Okay, do you see my screen?
Okay.
Let's see.
No, Ted. We'll see. I don't.
Oh, there it is. I got it.
So the thing is, if we go to where you did your, this is today,
white
right?
background.
Don?
Ted, are you kidding me right now? You got a white background?
No, I had to go to my browser to be able to share. I've got a black background.
Okay. All right. Okay. Just all right.
You want me to change it to black? Let's see.
No, you ain't got to go through all that. You ain't got to go through all that. Just,
okay.
you know.
I mean, it's the data, right? Let's not worry about.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if we go at 105, this is when you. So that would be 10.
Let me zoom in.
105 is right about here, right? So if you're in the trading view indicator, let me see if I can.
Okay. Oh, I can't zoom in right there. My dumb ass. I'm clicking on history.
You know what would work best for you, honestly, Don, is 2-minute EWO and only following if it's over or under VWAP, like I started in the very beginning. You take a lot less trades, but it's a lot
I've been
higher
waiting on Mr.
probability.
Miyagi to speak. I've been waiting
Okay.
on Mr. Miyagi to
I
speak.
agree. I'm like,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna do options, it's literally has to be like that. And every time I think I'm getting into one like that doesn't last, it needs to be one where I can afford to get two contracts and get right back out and
Yes.
still have buying power. So
Right.
I
Yes.
need to figure out what that stock is. You know what I mean? Where
So here's the thing.
if it has 3 EWOs in a day, I need to be able to do 6 trades.
So here's the thing.
So I
SOXL.
need something that's in that affordable range.
So this is where you got
SOXL.
into that trade, and this has got to be the most difficult thing because I guess you felt that that one candle was heading down, that it was just going to continue to go down, but there was some evidence that it might go up, right? And and so I guess I would just say the great thing about having the trading view indicator is whenever it starts to get to the cloud, you start to pay attention to it a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
as far as I'm concerned,
Mm-hmm.
because that does signify that it could be changing direction. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but and hindsight's always 2020 when you're in it. But let's
Right.
take um, what we were talking about to heart, and instead we go back to 1114 where you see the EWO indicator. Well, it was right here. The Indy at 11
Mm-hmm.
o'clock, you had the EWO indicator. Look at how much money you would have made if you got in at that
At
point.
the shift change.
At the shift change. You see how it went down? And even if it started to go back up, you still have been doing pretty well. Maybe you shaved off as coach would prescribe, but you left some run. And look what would have happened. That's a much better place to be, isn't it? And so when that
Yeah.
did go up, you could make a decision on whether you're going to sell or not, but you're in a much more green position to make that decision.
And then
So I'm look, EWO to me is like you have to convince me greatly to get in on a scalp to try to imitate what I can get out of an EWO. And Eric and David, I love watching them and hearing what they have to say because they seem to be exclusively doing EWO in Apple.
and can I add something when you get
These are
done, Ted? I mean, you go ahead, but I want you to
these are
leave
great
the chart
opportunities.
up
So
though.
so I'll stop sharing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but do you see how
I
this
do.
EWO indicator
Yeah. I do.
right down here? That's when coach says get in, keep your stops open a little bit, which we now know you like to do.
Mm-hmm.
uh, but then you tighten it up a little bit, but you keep it loose enough so that it could run. And when coach says keep your hands off the mouse, that's because it's below this red cloud. You have no reason to sell.
Now leave your chart up, Ted, because leave it up. What happened?
Oh,
Leave it up.
sorry, I'll
Yeah,
share.
leave it up, because I want to point something out.
Don't give up on me, coach.
David, do you agree with that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, I want to point
All
something
right,
out.
there it is.
Do
I
you have
got it.
anything to add?
Now listen, Don. I sent you a message and I said, you know, I know you wait the first 30 minutes, that's your thing, but I said sometimes, you know, you may want to wait a little longer. Or if you missed that one that he was just pointing out, the first down wave, right? And then it starts to
Mm-hmm.
go down, then it starts to come back, and everybody is like, oh, it's switching up. It's switching up. The sentiment is to the downside. So if it's switching up, it may sound like that. I hear a lot of people saying that, and Mark checked somebody today because they was like, "Oh, Tesla is crashing up. Tesla is running up." It is not. The sentiment is down. Whenever it start pushing up like that, you can see that first wave was the EWO, then it pulled back, and then what happened at about Ted? You got to work the mouse for me now. All right, you pointed out the first. All right, the first Ewo candles, right? Then it pulled up and went a little bit over. I guess that's the VWAP line right there. I don't know. You got the cloud, and then they got this line. What that is? 200 VWAP. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It pulled back, and you see how it went over that, but it couldn't just go up to make a new high. You look down, second candle on the Evo. Whenever they pull back like that, a lot of the times it's not going to be a reversal. That's just the pullback to let you get into the second wave. It's going down,
Yeah.
So that's why I always preach. If the sentiment is for a down day, if you're not a scalper, don't you get no call in the opposite direction trying to be a hero, because that thing gonna continue to dump all day. We had some pullbacks where it climbed up. If I was trading spot, I would not be looking for calls. It was a choppy ass day. You could have made money off calls, but what is that chart saying right there? Downtrend. You know what I mean? You could put a
Yeah.
trend line on it. I mean, they had
Right.
opportunities for calls. They did, but if you draw this out, every time it pulled back, that shit was sluggish. The down waves, straight drops. You know what I'm saying? So most of the time, whenever I'm entering, I like to try to let it come back. At first, I used to want to try to get in once it pulled. I wasn't following the EWO. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, because the EWO was gonna get you in, and it's gonna look like you're not even supposed to be getting in at the time. I mean, look at the chart. And so when it
Yeah.
pulled back, it looked like this thing is about to go for a new high. It's not. It's just pulling back. And I'm gonna tell you what's happening while this is going on. Only thing that happened was sellers came in, pushed that thing down. Then whenever it started to turn back, those short-term sellers, they taking profits right now. So it's causing it to
Yeah.
pull back. Whenever they exit they trade, they exit it with buys. Other traders are gonna come
What
in
was
and think this thing is about to reverse, so they're gonna start taking buys. Once they realize that this is just a pullback, they're gonna exit that losing trade, and then it slams down. The process repeats. Whenever they
Right.
whenever they jump in with them, when they jump in with them buy trades, in order for them to get out and not get their face ran over, they gotta exit with a sell. So that's gonna accelerate the downtrend. You know what I mean? If
Right.
it's a
so one
downtrend,
of the things today?
most of the acceleration of the downtrend is the people that's buying trying to get out of their losing trade. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you
One of
know
the
something,
things that
David, too? I think I got a clue the other week when Arlo and I were in that Apple trade, and I ended up doing really, really well in that Apple trade. I'm like, the universe is trying to tell me something.
Hey, Apple is the smoothest one you can do. I swear to God. I
Yep.
mean,
I'm like, the
that's just my
universe is trying to
opinion
tell me
now.
something.
That's just my
It's like,
opinion.
stop jumping all over the place. Stop, thinking it moves too slow. Right now, that's what you needed to do. You know what I mean? That's you need to get in that you've traded it a couple times successfully. That's your speed.
Mhm.
It's affordable. That's what you need to stay in and do what David said. Just like wait until the confluences are there and the second candle kicks in.
so
And
one
if
of the
it's not
things that
that, don't do it.
I was going to say, one of the things today that I was aware of that I think is really I don't know, it was eye opening is we had some people today that saying, and I think Ralph, you were hinting at this, is they were saying statements like everything's heavy, but everything wasn't heavy at certain points of the day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And
That see,
and
I'm gonna tell you what it
and what
is. I don't mean to cut you off, but
but
go
I'm
go
gonna
ahead,
forget.
go ahead, go ahead, finish.
Let me
Let
just
the man
finish the
finish,
thought.
Ralph. Goddamn,
I'm
man.
sorry.
Just plug your ears sometimes because know that these people
It's the delay.
they
It's
don't
the
know what to
delay,
talk
bro. It's
about.
the delay.
And you know, in any given day there are stocks that are moving up, there are stocks that are moving down, and I heard people were trying to make associations with like Badu or something like that. Um, and that was the reason. That's not the reason. There's
Oh, I
just
know what
things
you're
that are
talking
moving up.
about.
There's things that are moving down. Play the trade that you know. And if you look at Apple today, you wouldn't know that Spy was just, doing the bad stuff. Apple was actually pretty fun to play today.
It really was.
And you really only had like, three entry points, right? You had the initial call at the beginning of the day. Then it kind of rode out, and then at some point you might have decided to put a put. You may not have made a lot off of that put, but when you got back into that call, you had a nice run up. And it was funny because I was like, uh, it was both David and I don't think Eric was here today, but I was like, "Are you still in there, David?" He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And at the same time, I was hearing people saying, "Oh, it's really heavy." I'm like, "Okay, but that's not what I'm seeing."
Hmm.
Yeah,
You
I'm
have to
actually
play the
looking
stop
at it
and get in.
now. I'm in Weeble looking at it, and yeah, that first 2 minute EWO was choppy as hell, and then it went to the downside, but then it went back into the green 2 minute EWO and kind of pinnacled. And I
Well,
mean
and
it.
here's the remedy for that. When people say, "Oh, it's choppy," the fun thing to do, take it out to five
That's what
minutes.
I was. That's what. See, that's what I was
Ah,
getting
Don't
around
look so
to.
choppy,
The
does it?
reason
right,
why,
right, right,
the
right,
reason
right.
why they saying
Take it out to 15
something is
minutes.
dumping like that is because the 2 minute is gonna make you whenever something pull back, them candles gonna be big as hell. You know. So like Ted says, take it back. And hold on,
And
go ahead.
sometimes you have a lot of amateurs that are playing the stock market,
Yes.
right? They're in there on the other side of the
Hmm.
trade,
Wow, see
and they're
that
buying
looks
or
much
selling, buying or
better.
selling.
Look, the three on the 5 minute, there's only three trades.
And listen, ever since Coach put me on
Look at
that
that
5 minute, I
shit.
did not go
So how
away.
choppy does it look?
It doesn't
You just
like it.
you
It
just have long candles, right?
there's three EWOs on the 5 minute period.
Right.
You don't see a
So
lot of
this
that choppy, and you also
this
don't
is
see
what they
when it
call
went
white
down
noise.
because that little section on the 2 minute when it went down, I would have gotten out of that thinking that a whole red another EWO, which it was forming. But I'm thinking, okay, now we're in it to the downside for the long haul, and it only lasted. It looks to me here, there's only like five candles there. So it
Hmm.
only
Yep.
lasted for like 10 minutes. But on the 5 minute, that trade does not exist.
Exactly. There you
Right.
go.
And that brings you
It
Wow.
cuts
liquidity.
the noise out.
Mind blown.
Well, here's something the coach loves to say. I'm stealing his thunder, but when he did my session, that the one that blew me away was when he said, "Oh, you like that, huh? Let's go out a day."
Yes. Yes. Now, the 2 minute is what you get in on, right? And if you're having
Yeah,
trouble
but
holding trades, zoom out, and it'll cut the noise
yeah,
away.
and if you're deciding what you're going to do for the day and you're setting up, isn't it nice to know that Apple is in this upward trend overall?
Wow.
Hey, why your chart look like I'm looking out the blinds?
Sorry, man.
I'm just messing with you, man. I know what
Um,
that is. Support resistance line.
and then take it out a
I
week.
want to address something that Ted said earlier,
And
though.
look at this EWO indicator. It's still green, right?
Bullish.
Wow.
You should be looking for all calls until the end of it. And then, if you can see
So
that, it
so we
starts
can get caught
sloping.
up in the white noise. And if you're setting like long-term leaps and things like that, a good time to maybe buy a leap might have been when you saw that first bar, Monday, August 23rd. Because here we're in.
Huh.
See
Listen,
Wow.
that?
I want to address something that I
I'm
hear going
freaking
on in
out
the
right
chart a
now.
lot. I
Wow.
want to address something that I hear going on in the Zoom a lot. Listen, like Ted said, they do have a lot of misconstruing things just being blurted out, you know, in the Zoom. I'll be like, what the hell are we doing, bro? Like, first of all, I want to clear the air with something. Baba does not have anything to do with the Qs. Okay.
Yeah, right.
That shit ain't got nothing to do with the Qs, bro. Stop saying it. Okay. The Qs is the
A
top
Chinese
100.
I
NASDAQ
know
is
who
the
you're
top
talking about.
100 companies in America. Baba is a Chinese stock, okay, company. That shit ain't got nothing to do with NASDAQ, bro.
But here's another thing. Remember when Coach, he said something at the beginning of the week. He said, if we're up, we're probably going to be up for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm. And if we up for the
My
day,
guess,
everything
my
is
guess
gonna
is
be up.
Coach was looking at this chart because it was last week, right? Because we did have an up, and that was somewhat encouraging. And Coach was saying to himself, well, if we continue this trend, then look where we're headed.
Right.
No guarantee. But
Oh
isn't
yeah,
that
we headed that
a
way.
nice little theory?
The only
It
thing
is.
that'll stop that right there if it don't make a new high. Now, if it gets up there and start god doggone slowing down, and you see that pinboard starting to form, it's about to get ready to drop. But from here on out, I said that on the first aftermarket. I said, shit, I think SPY going. It's going.
But here's the thing. Okay, so this is where the benefit of pulling out comes in, because when you pull out, you realize that it's a battleship. It's going to take a lot for this to not be green, because they move in big sweeps.
Oh, that's the Apple chart. I thought that was a SPY chart. Absolutely.
No, this is the Apple.
Apple's
This is the
going
Apple
to the
chart.
moon. No, just playing.
And this is the Apple chart, and do you see how it won't spike down tomorrow? I don't think.
Hell no, I'm an Apple fanboy.
Yeah,
That thing, listen,
so.
an apple a day keeps the motherfucking poverty away. Okay, I'm an Apple fanboy. Tell you know how you like Elon?
Yeah, and I'm just saying that it would take 5 full days for this thing to turn red this week, this next week, and the likelihood of that happening.
I know why Apple not gonna drop, because Warren is not about to let that happen, son. Okay.
Well, not only that, next week is it next week that Apple's doing the?
Yeah, they got something coming out. What is it, Ted?
Big announcement.
Talking about it. What is it? It's a phone. Is it
the
phone?
iPhone?
Yeah.
Well, all their
that
new
shit
products
don't happen like that virtual headset, bro.
Has anybody been keeping an eye on this Archer?
What you talking about? Oracle?
Archer.
I don't know them.
What's the ticker for it? I haven't, but what's the ticker for it?
I ain't gonna sit here in front, Ted. You be pulling out them gems. Where you get them from? I don't need to know that. Just keep coming with them. I don't need to know where you get them from. Like Elf. It's Elf doing numbers. What did Elf do today? I ain't even go look at Elf when you get back to the
Archer Aviation. What's that stock symbol?
Aviation. So what they make, planes? They're in competition with Boeing.
Kathy Wood just purchased 3.8.
Can't look at it. Kathy Wood. Nope, wrong person. I'm just joking.
Raphael, seriously, I'm getting ready to mute you, bro.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
So the symbol is ACHR. In 2 weeks, I guess they're doing their big announcement. So they're going to do like an Apple thing, and they've got FAA approval, so they'll be running these little Have you seen these Archer airplanes?
No.
My first time hearing of the company.
Ted with the gems.
Well, I just think that there's going to be some hype associated with it, and don't do long-term investments with it. This is just something to keep an eye on.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Sound familiar? If you hear this awful sound every day, continue watching.
It's like a space race, and it could be one of the first companies to start flying passengers in the U.S. Archer has partnered with United Airlines and plans to begin commercial air taxi operations in select U.S. cities in 2025.
So it's a super exciting time at Archer today. We are just finishing up the design of our Pilot plus 4 passenger Midnight aircraft. So that's the vehicle that we're targeting entry into service in 2025, serving these early routes, moving people, between city centers and airports, those sorts of things. Over the last few years, we've been focused on developing a technology demonstrator vehicle. It's called Maker. So we've got that through all of its flight test campaign. We've learned a lot from that work, flowed a lot of that into the development of Midnight, and now it's the hard work with FAA, getting through the certification process, a couple of years here before entering into service. So Maker is it's about a 40-foot wingspan, 3,600-pound gross weight vehicle, so pretty close to full scale. So if you compare that to Midnight, it's about 6,500-pound max gross, 50-foot wingspan. So similar scale. And really the whole idea of Maker was we wanted to learn about the system architectures that we developed for a lot of the key systems on board, as well as the flight control software. So that's kind of a big piece of the technology.
Anyway.
Cool. That's cool stuff, man.
We shall see, but I think it's just it's instructive to kind of go back and this is probably, look, I don't do this as much as David. David, you want to talk to what I was just talking about in terms of moving out and doing the plots?
Oh yeah, well, I know we talk about the longer term plays, and I've done quite a few trades in the 5-minute and the 30-minute. And for a while there, I probably did at least a good 40 to 50, even in the 1 hour. And
yeah,
using
didn't
the
you
EWO.
test the you tested the EWO in longer
Yeah, in the 5, the 30, and the 1 hour. I had a bunch of them that I was keeping track of in my spreadsheets, and you still have good percentages in those. You have less of you don't, in the larger time frames, like in the 1 hour, you don't have a lot of those fake outs, but you go on the end of the first candle. So the first 1 hour candle to close, then you would get in, and then the first 5-minute candle to close, you get in it. And if you go back, and I'm talking based on Apple, so I don't know, like I said, I don't know what other ones are doing, but I do know how Apple has acted. So if you go back and just pick random days and start looking at the 5-minute and the 30-minute EWOs on Apple, you can see that you don't get faked out on those very many. And and it's even better when you're following the trend of the day. So as long as the EWO is flipping, you're above the VWAP and the EMAs are good for you. And in those little combinations there, you have good success on those.
Okay, so you're saying the first candle all the way to the close of day?
So no, the first bar, so the first EWO bar. So like if you're waiting for an EWO play, you would be in the 5-minute chart. Don't be looking at the 2-minute. If you're going to do a 5-minute play, you've got to look at the 5-minute chart. And when you see the EWO getting ready to flip, you know how we wait until after the second bar? Well, as long as you get it from like a red to a green and it's closing after the first 5-minute, and you're above the EMAs, like we always talk about, you let it run that way, you have a less of a chance that it fakes you out if you start looking back at Apple. So go back, just pick random days in Apple and start looking at the larger time frames and start looking at the EWO plays, but base your entries off of the close of those first candles. So the close of the first 5-minute flip, and then the close of the first 30-minute flip, and the first close of the 1 hour flip, and just start looking at those and see. You don't get very many fake out on them. You'll have a chance for profit probably at least a good 70-80% of the time. And of course, the EWO isn't telling you that it's going to flip and run. It's just telling you that the momentum has shifted and you decide how long you're going to be in that trade.
Okay, so I feel like I'm brain dead. Why am I not understanding what you're saying? When you say close, you're saying the end of the candle?
Yeah. So if you're sitting there, say it's the middle of the day.
Like I'm sitting in the 5-minute right now of today, right? And that first 5-minute candle is like a small candle, right?
See, well, that's what sucks. I can't see shit because I'm in my Tahoe and I'm using the damn.
Okay.
I'm using. Oh, I just figured out how to change the time. Hold on. Okay, so let me zoom
Hey,
in there.
what chart y'all looking at? Spy or
No,
Apple?
Apple.
Apple.
Okay, 5 minutes.
And it's got like 3 little candles, and then the fourth candle is where it starts to accelerate or gain momentum.
Let me click on this. I haven't done it on my damn. It's that screen that I showed y'all on the Tahoe. I'm still trying to figure out how to use that damn thing. Okay, yeah. See, so right here, unless you're scalping, we didn't break the pre-market line. So if you're a beginner, you should not be playing inside the channel of what we call from pre-market, whether it's coach calling it or you have 2 good resistance lines that were close to coach's pre-market. You're looking for the break of that if you are not a scalper. So get that out of your mind. If it breaks in the first 5-minute candle, then great. But if it's sitting in this channel like Apple did today, you don't touch it because you need the confirmation of the break. And if we are using this as a breakout for the day or a hard level for the day, we didn't break that 188.37 range until we were later in the day. And that would have been the signal. Even though we were already in the EWO was continuing to grow, but you didn't want to get in at the beginning of the day because it was so choppy. So you should still technically avoid the beginning of the day because you're trying to get your consistency first. And you're not going to get it in the first 30 minutes of the day.
Okay.
There might be some people that are better than me that can start doing the first 30 minutes of the day before they find consistency. Oh, great for them. I couldn't do it, so I stopped it. So in the beginning, remember, I've told people religiously, I didn't start getting into at least after the first 30 minutes or hour if I didn't like the way it was looking. And then I slowly started figuring out, oh, well, if I follow this and follow this, and follow the regular rules, it helps out in the first 5 minutes of the day. Okay, well, and I'm comfortable in that level for myself now, knowing my application of the scalping. But if you're not comfortable with the quick few minute scalps, you need something that tells you, okay, we're breaking the momentum one way or another. What better than support and resistance lines? So you're looking for the support and resistance lines that we designate every morning. And the way it should be done is you have yours ready every morning. And then by the time coach calls them out, you need to make sure that you were pretty close to that. If not, you put a line at coach's line and then you figure out why you didn't catch that. Okay. If you're not doing that every day, you're not putting in the work. You're just following. You need to figure out, hey, I didn't have a line there. Why the hell didn't I have a line there? Well, oh shit, I missed this and I missed this and I missed this. Why did I miss it? Well, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, you start figuring out, hey, oh, it might have been that it was only in play today and it was the pre-market part of it only. But it could have also been that it was a line that you already had from 2 days or 3 days ago, and then coach puts a line 5 cents away from it. Well, shit, that's pretty damn good, because if it was there 3 or 4 days ago and it's coming back into play the day we're playing, you know that line's going to play some significance. So I'll usually put coach's line and my line right next to each other just to know, hey, I had a strong line here or I had a weak line here and I had coaches. So my lines might be like a couple cents off of coaches, just so that I know that we were right pretty much on the exact same thing. And if we were like at the same exact cent, well, shit, that's even better, because then he saw something that I saw, and it's just reconfirming that what I did was correct every single morning, just teaching myself every morning.
So what do you say to somebody like me who has not been charting out levels? Where would I start to begin to have something to go off of?
Like the way I said is, you pick the price point we're at right now. So you go and you start looking at that, and then you zoom back the dailies and start looking at where were your peaks and valleys at the very tops and the bottoms of the peaks in this price range that we're dealing with currently. So if we're right now, say the middle of the day was probably right around 188, 80 something, 188.30, something like that. That was the middle of our day. So you want to make sure you map out a few dollars above it and a few dollars below it. because
Okay.
we know that Apple runs $1 something, maybe $2. It just depends, but on average, it's $1 something. So you want to be able
Okay.
to have that knowing, well, if it does run today, I don't want to have to be chasing these damn lines and not having it prepared. So I always have basically most of my lines there, and I'm just modifying as we go because we've been in this price action before. The only reason you see Coach adding lines constantly is because he doesn't keep lines on there because he doesn't need them.
Yeah.
So he's doing it just so that people can see on the screen what he's seeing. He sees it like me to myself. I can already see where the peaks and valleys are at per day, but I don't see where the peaks and valleys were at for the day before that because I'm looking at the day. So those little lines are there giving me a reminder. Okay, this was the high of day yesterday. This was the low of day yesterday. This was a place in the middle of the day where it retraced and completely flip-flopped, and you color all those, and you have to know in your head or have it on a little cheat sheet. This color means that it was super strong. It's hit 3 times or more. This one is a weak one. It's only hit 2 times, but it's in this current period. This one's weak. It's only hit a couple of times, and it's further away period. So you're constantly updating your colors because, like today, I'm going to go back when I get to the house tonight. I'll go through my lines and say, okay, you know what? I was here. Oh, you know what? There was a 3 cent, 4 cent difference between where I had my line and where it had a drastic change in direction today. And then I go back and look where I got my line from and then what happened today. And if I'm still thinking that it's weighted in the past and today was just a fluke to give me the extra 4 cents, then I leave it alone. If I think, oh, you know what? No, actually, this last time it did hit right at that and it did hit here and I had split the difference before, you kind of modify your line a couple of cents just to make sure that you're keeping everything current. And you'll be amazed how quick or how often these lines come back into play.
Got you. Wow.
And that's wax on, wax off.
That's huge.
Shit, today in the chat,
right there.
we had a huge chat going on. Me and I hate that I don't remember his name, but me and one of the guys were going in a chat most of the day back and forth. And then we started a chat with somebody else later on. And I was still writing my calls. And he says, oh, man, I'm in a put. I just got in a put. And I was like, well, why'd you get into a put? And he says, well, there was a resistance line there. And I said, yeah, but if it's not a hard enough rejection and you didn't break down past a confirmation line, it's not good unless you're scalping. And he's like, well, no, I'm not scalping. And so technically it hits the support line, starts bouncing and then retesting, and then it rocketed the rest of the time. And I was just like, well, yeah, I was still in my calls because of this. So if it was enough for me not to get out of my calls, I wouldn't go into a put unless I knew I was scalping for a couple of minutes. If it didn't give me the confidence to get the hell out of my other trade, it doesn't mean it gives me enough confidence to go into a put. I might see something that I like for the minute, but I know I'm scalping for a minute or two. And I do that. I've been doing that a lot more often now. But most of the time you're there and you're like, okay, well, I see that we got to this line and we're probably going to reject. And if you start looking back at Apple, it'll test a super hard resistance line. It'll pull back to the previous support that we broke through. And so that's why in the chat, I'm always saying, if it doesn't break that, we could drip and then retest and then drip and then retest. But as long as we're not dropping down past that second channel, you're still good. And Coach says this all the time. He says, we're still in the channel. We're still in the channel. What does Jimmy always say? We're still in the channel. We're in the channel. It's the same exact thing, but we're using other confluences other than just being able to see it. We're using the EMAs and the EWO and everything to help us. Jimmy and them are on a level where they see that stuff and they don't need all the extra tools, and not everybody's like that.
Right.
David, I was with you on that trade when that guy was.
Oh, wait, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, you were still in it with me.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, it was amazing that we were seeing an entirely different
scenario. We came up to a line, and I was like, it's a hard line. It's a very hard line. And then what tricked him was because we had such a hard rejection to that same exact line earlier in the day. Well, if you're the big bank and you're playing this shit, you're seeing, oh, everybody's gonna fucking load the boat because they think it's gonna reject again. and then they trick you by getting you in there to the next channel, and then they pop it off that channel and rip your face off and run with it.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I just got a discount." And that's what I mean. The overall trend with Apple at that point was a
Oh yeah,
slow,
and
steady march
there
up.
was nothing breaking down to the point that it was telling you to get out. And then it was funny because y'all heard me when I said I got stopped out because I didn't like how it looked. I choked my damn stop. We got stopped, and that fucking thing ran all the way back down almost to the low of day.
Wow.
It sure did.
Man, this is amazing. This is awesome, dude.
And that's the power. So the power of that is, who would you rather be? David, who rode that all the way up from the EWO, or this guy that's trying to predict the top with nothing behind him, right? But he's pronouncing, okay, that's it. It hit resistance. It's going down.
Yeah, and so I was trying to talk him off the ledge by telling him, hey, you know what? I'm still in my calls, but if we do hold under this line, I know I'm out, because then that's a bad sign for my calls. And then technically for me, then that would be a good enough situation where we've already broken the channel where I'm going to really watch it. And if I get a confirmation that really runs, then I'd piggyback into it. But
the line that you gave, though, was the next channel, not
yeah,
the
because
channel
I want momentum.
Because channels are okay, right? A little dip down in the channel. When
Oh yeah, as long as you're not breaking multiple channels, because the way I see it, you have all those people jumping on the floor. You get enough people jumping on the floor and they break that first level. That whole second level is gonna topple down on that third level, and the next thing you know, you're just breaking. Yep.
It's Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph.
Brad James, thank you, my man. Thank you, my man. Apparently, we might have a troll down in the chat, and Brad James is killing it.
Oh, okay. We've got Christina joining us. What activities
you,
you
Brad.
in, Christina?
You know what? It's always something, and right now I'm really fucking pissed off. I'm really mad. Stupidly, I just got scammed. I just got scammed, and I'm pissed. So
what do you mean you got scammed? What happened?
Hold on.
So I was just looking at videos, and I see this one. It's Elon Musk, and he's on the what's that guy's name show? I can't think. No, not Joe Rogan. Older guy, Larry King. It's one of those kind of people. I don't know the guy's name. Anyway, and he's talking to him about why are you giving money away, blah blah blah. So then Elon says, go to this, type this in, blah blah blah, and he's giving out this money. So I'm like, okay, let me check it out. I figured it's probably a scam. Figured that.
Oh crap.
But I went to this thing. It's a trading platform. I thought it was a trading platform, and I sign up, and you have to send the point. I thought it was 0.0005 of your Bitcoin there, and that's to cover the cost or whatever. And then you get that 0.32. I don't know what it was. It comes out to like $8,000, and I'm like, this is bullshit. There's no way. But I do it anyway. I start to do it, and then I had a problem, and so I'm texting with them, chatting with them. And she says, yeah, that's just to verify. And they're telling me that. I didn't read the fucking terms and conditions like an idiot. So it's all legit, but you have to send now the amount that you deposit in makes you have too much money. So you have to become a premium member. In order to do that, you have to match that deposit more, which comes out to like $6,000. So you got to deposit $6,000 in order to get $8,000. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. I said, well, I just screen recorded this whole conversation, including what you didn't tell me and what you did tell me. And I'm going to tweet, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and I'm going to put it on Elon Musk's page, like right there on the front. I'm putting it everywhere.
It wasn't his page.
Well, how much are you out?
Oh, it's like $120, something like that.
Okay, well, at least you didn't go any further.
Food for thought.
I'm just pissed. I'm pissed, you know. I told you,
anytime somebody asks you to pay in crypto, it's probably a scam.
I know, but it was Elon Musk doing it. Like it was actually him talking and saying
if this is Ted telling me this, I'll be like, all right, it's all right. But
that's what I'm saying. It was Elon Musk, so I'm like, he can't be doing. Why would he do that? Because now I'm about to ruin his fucking reputation. I'm telling you that because if
don't do that to that man. It wasn't him,
right? Huh?
It wasn't him. They probably was doing that chat.
No. It was him on the show.
Yeah, the deep fake. It was a deep fake.
It's a deep fake.
Well, either way,
thanks, Ted.
It's him. So somebody's gonna have because I'm only out $100-something. How many other people are out? How much? So I'm going to make sure it stops.
Oh my God, Elon doesn't know anything about this.
Okay,
No,
I'm
he
going to share
doesn't.
my desktop.
He doesn't know anything about this, I'm
Ready?
sure. But once he finds out, it's
Yeah,
going to
that's
stop.
just like people duplicating coaches' likeness
Exactly.
and all of his criteria. And you know, how many
Right,
times
but
have
if
I
you saw
gotten
Coach sitting there talking in an interview, that's what I'm saying. It was him talking, telling you where to go and what to do. That's what I mean. It was
Get it
him.
right, Ted. Set a
So,
screen, Ted.
huh? With
I'm
me?
going to share something with you.
Okay. I'm so
Yeah.
fucking mad right now. And it's not because of money.
Wait a minute. It was actually Elon Musk telling you what to
Yes,
do and
he was
going.
in the interview with this. I forget who it is. It's a known guy that late night shows, and he was actually saying, "Go to this, put this in." Yes, that's the only reason I did it.
So, but how? So, what happened then? Then how if it actually was Elon
It's
Musk?
It's a website, and it's called Elon X Gives. So ELONEXGIVES.com. You go in there, you set up an account. And then you're supposed to you put the promo code in. He tells you put this promo code in, and instantly that BTC is in your account. It was there.
Yeah.
Don, can you allow me to share?
I'm sorry that happened to you, friend.
I am too.
It's all right. It's just like, but it was Elon Musk. So like, fuck. I mean, like, I'm just pissed.
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't.
Excuse my language. Sorry. What are you sharing with me? I can't. I
One
just
of the
put some
coaches.
glasses on. Okay.
Hold on a second.
I was ready to send it to you. Tell everybody, hey, go get yourself $8,000.
Well, the good news is I don't think I can
good news?
share.
That I don't have to strain to see.
Don,
What happened?
I don't have the tab anymore.
You don't have the tab?
You got to resend it, though.
Yeah, I only have microphone, enable camera, and settings. I don't have the share.
What was it?
Let's see. Hold on.
Was it a link to some other money that I gotta go buy?
Well, you know what? I can send the link to you, Don, if you want to play it.
I would have to. Yeah, I don't normally do that with a.
I'm gonna share. I'll share you. I'll share you the link.
Oh, share it to her.
Yeah, and she can play it because I think it's worthwhile on whoever's recording this. This is NBC. Put it in the chat. Where this is
Nico, what are you doing? You're my dog.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I can share. Okay.
Nico,
Hold on a second.
come on.
What kind of dog you got? Let me see him. It's
The Pika-poo-poo. He's a mess. He's a mess.
Oh, you got one of them short nose dogs.
Pika-poo-poo. He's a poodle.
She's a Shih Tzu.
No, he looks like a Maltese kind of.
Oh yeah, that's a deep fake.
Oh my God, it's
Elon
Musk.
Trading platform quietly launched at the end of last year, although it was in a closed testing phase.
It's an incredible opportunity that can help you achieve your wildest dreams of making thousands of dollars in just a few days. With this AI invented by Elon Musk and his team, you can be a part of this game-changing technology from the very beginning. As one of the first 500 people to get it for free, you can expect profits of anywhere from $100 to $2,000 in the first day alone.
Elon Musk will tell us all about it.
Quantum AI is a new project that will help users increase their income exponentially without active participation.
Is this a closed software package?
That's the interview.
No, we have made it available to everyone. Every Canada with a phone or computer with an internet connection can use our software.
That was it.
We're all hoping tomorrow will be better than today. My name is Bree Crowell, and we're working to build a safer energy system that's more reliable and more affordable in the long run for every Californian. Whether it's stronger poles that can withstand extreme weather, undergrounding lines to prevent wildfires, or installing powerful new technologies to spot problems faster.
You were
Our
just one of the
PG&E team
first
knows
ones to
every
get suckered
connection
in.
matters, and we take pride in the things we do. That's why we're proud to help build a better future for our hometowns and yours.
So I'm confused. That's all fake.
It's a fake. It's computer generated.
That was the interview.
Basically,
that was the one I saw.
Have you,
Yeah.
Right. Have you ever
No.
seen this one?
I mean, that was the guy I saw him interviewing with.
No,
Yeah.
check this one out.
Yep.
Bill Hader. You know who Bill Hader
Yep.
is? Comedian. Check out what this guy did. This is Bill Hader on a.
Fuck! I should have talked to you guys first.
Hey, that's why we got the aftermarket, baby.
I know. I'm so mad. So stupid. So tired of being scammed. Okay.
Watch this.
Shout out to Coach and American Dream Trading. If you are not part of our group, you need to join. Click the link that is located at the top of the chat.
Yep, you need to be.
We stick together in here.
Now watch what happens.
What am I watching? Nothing yet.
Nothing's happening.
Okay. No, I don't see
No,
anything. Nothing's happening yet. Okay.
Oh, hold on a second.
But you still in.
I'm sharing it.
No.
It's not showing it.
You still in
it just
Hawaii
looks
too?
like
Share this tab and let's see.
There
if
it
this
is.
Okay, there we go.
Tom Cruise walks in, and even those guys are like, "Whoa!" And he's super stoked to be there. You know, just like, "Yeah, oh, boom!" You know, like he's like, "Wow!" He's just immediately excited when he walks into a room, and so he comes over and he sits next to me, and I think he had been briefed on some of the supporting guys, but he was like trying to place me, you know. So he sat down next to me and he's like, I love your work. And I went, oh, thanks. I love your work too, Tom Cruise. You know, like, thanks. And I go, yeah, you know, I'm friends with Judd Apatow and Seth Rogen, and they went to your house. And he went, yes. They did come to my house. And I said, Seth Rogen was like, you know, it was amazing. He has like a bike track in his backyard. It's phenomenal. And I did a Seth Rogen impression, and it was like I did a magic trick. Tom Cruise was like, yeah. And he points to me. And he pointed at me and he goes, you do impressions and you're on Saturday Night Live. And I went, hey. It was like he won a game show. He was like, yeah, Tom.
And that kind of enthusiasm from that kind of a star, obviously a little intimidating, a little overwhelming.
It is a little overwhelming. Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
You were able to work out and everything was fine?
Yeah, everything was great.
And when it was over, it was all good?
Yeah, it was great. At the premiere, he came up to me and he goes, can you believe we were in that movie? And I was like, I can't believe you were in that movie. I was like, you're Tom Cruise. I was like, yeah, you.
So
yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Why does he get so excited though? Tom Cruise. Yeah, what was the fake? Yeah.
So if you look subtly, they changed his face to Tom Cruise. Every time he imitated Tom Cruise, his face actually changed to Tom Cruise. When he did Seth Rogen, they changed his face to Seth Rogen.
I wasn't paying that close of attention.
Oh,
yeah, the way they can change these videos
I couldn't tell
nowadays.
it either.
I thought he was that good.
Here, I'll show you. Look, here's.
Yeah, that's Tom
Here's
Cruise.
Bill Hader's face.
Now I see it.
And then
Bitch,
he's
he
Tom
faked
Cruise.
me out. I would have been buying some crypto if he would have had the right Elon, bitch. That motherfucker was. I thought he was good. I thought he was.
I screen
That boy
recorded
good. That boy
the video
good.
I saw too. I screen recorded that video where I got it from, and I screen recorded my conversation with the chat girl. I said, well, don't expect to get any more people. I said, and by the way, I'm a day trader that trades with a very large group. A lot of money is exponential money that could have come through here. So
Damn, now they're gonna target ADT.
I didn't give no names. No.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hell no. No. I just said, you know, a lot of money could have came through here, but expect to not get any more because this is going everywhere, so people are going to know about it.
Oh my God, they're even getting to the point where they.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So look out for these deep fakes, guys. Everybody that's down in the chat, we don't want what happened to Christina to happen to anybody else in our group.
Yep.
And they could be targeting us because, you know, we put so much stuff out there for ADT. Who knows? So
I think
when
they're
we're all,
targeting
you know,
Christina because of last night.
They're not.
Yeah,
Nobody's
she's
targeting me. I just saw it
she.
on TikTok. You know, I go on TikTok and there's all kinds of bullshit on there.
I'm
So,
telling you, she's a what
but
they
it was Elon Musk,
influencer.
so I thought
She's
it was real.
famous. She's famous.
I thought it
Yes.
was no, I'm not. I thought it was real because it was Elon. You know, it just seemed, you know, because it was him talking. I'm like, well, this, you know, it's got to have something to it. But shit, imagine the people that do go and deposit their Bitcoin over there, their $6,000 worth. That would be bad. Imagine a lot of people, I'm sure, do that shit, thinking they're gonna gain $2,000. No, I was like, this is bullshit. So I don't know. I mean, putting it out there is. I mean, I don't know if it'll help anybody.
It will.
I hope so. I mean, I don't want other people to get scammed. That's why I used to, when I get those phone calls, you know, the scam guys. Oh, go to your computer and do this,
Oh
do this,
my
and I'll be like,
God.
okay, and I'll keep them on the phone for an
We
hour, and
get
then they get mad, and I'm like, that's however many less people you just scammed. You know, less people you scammed in that past hour that I just took up your time. So, because they get, you know, they get a lot of people. So people don't deserve to be scammed like that. Especially, you know, it's ridiculous. It's all bullshit. We're supposed to all just be people. Everybody be people. Be human beings. Be good human beings to each other. I don't know why people can't do that. Oh well. Did I lose everybody?
Hey Bruno.
Oh, it's all black screens. Well, I see Linda. That's it. And me.
Hello, hello.
Hi. Seems like everybody's gone.
Do you have gas in your car today?
Now we here.
I do. I got it last
Good.
night, but not. I didn't get a lot. I thought I did. I didn't because I was in a rush. I was late picking somebody up, and you know, late. I still haven't gotten to my own stuff today, but I made some money today. Covers some of my losses at least.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Ring that bell,
Yeah,
Dawn.
I wanted to make more. I needed to make more, and I would have if it weren't for Fidelity. But every day it's
They
Fidelity.
still ain't straightening it out over there.
But no, it's not that. They screw up every time, and it kept on giving me error messages and this and that. And you got to keep trying. By that time, the trade's gone. You know, the moment's gone.
Right.
Yeah. So, anyhow,
Well, I'm glad you had a
everybody's
great
gone.
day,
Dawn's
friend.
gone. I don't hear anybody but us three.
I don't know what Dawn went.
They all shut their cameras off and they're talking behind our backs.
I'm afraid to talk. She said she was gonna chop me out.
What's going on in the chat? I just saw something happening.
What you mean?
I don't know. Reading the chat, it looks like people got upset about something.
Come on. Yeah, it's something going on down in the chat because I saw where Brad James had to delete quite a few messages, and it's somebody down there named JoJo or something.
Yeah.
And it's a conversation that might be centered around Lolo as well.
Well, I just saw that
Oh,
somebody said, "Don't talk
I
here."
don't want any parts of that.
Coach can't defend himself, so I guess somebody's
So
talking shit.
can we like maybe do some charting like Apple or Spy or?
Yeah, Ted. What
Can we do
Ted
that,
went?
or can we not
Ted
do
got
that?
that.
Hey, David, are you still in here?
His
Like
face
things
is still
Yeah,
there.
I'm still in, but I'm not in front of my screens that I can share.
Okay,
I'm
I got
in the
you.
car still.
Can you
I
share,
gotcha.
Dawn?
I don't have multiple screens.
Okay.
I'm wondering if I can go over the that playlist that David gave us, but I don't know how to share the links in here.
Well, or maybe
because we could also watch a couple of coaches' videos.
That'd be good. I'm only gonna be here for a few minutes. I'm in the middle of doing so much shit. Oh.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
Hey, Cox, what's going on? Actually, my wife just came in and asked me about ordering dinner, and it has been 2 hours, so I may just go ahead and shut it down if you guys are okay.
Okay,
I
I gotta
had
let
something I
everybody
wanted
leave.
to share about Fidelity.
What?
What would you like to share about
You
Fidelity?
know, y'all know as much as I love Fidelity.
They
Logan.
screwed you today too.
Yeah, they screwed me in a whole
Knew
different
it.
way.
Uh-oh, what happened?
You know, y'all. I've been off camera and off mic because you know I'm full time dad, part time trader. But I got basically kicked out of Fidelity today.
Oh, why?
What?
Because I don't have any family.
What?
I never heard of that before. Logan said,
talking
"Yes,
about?
you do." Logan said, "Yes, you do."
Yeah, you got a whole
That's
500
my
some of
dog
them.
right there. What's up, Logan?
I'm trying to
What does
give
that
you this.
mean?
I'm trying to give you clarity. I do apologize, but y'all. But you know, he is 5 and very active and things like that. So, but in a sense that because I do not have a person that I can assign as a power of attorney, I can no longer trade with Fidelity.
You don't need a power of attorney. Maybe a
Yeah, when did
beneficiary, but
that
you don't
come a
need
thing
that.
though?
I don't have that.
I never heard of this before.
That's
What are they talking
crazy.
about? That's bullshit.
They restricted my account. My internet has been out for Logan. Please, just give me a hot minute, okay? Please, sir.
I'm
Just give me
restricted
a minute,
too.
okay?
Don't think you
I
said special. I'm
understand what you're
restricted.
doing, and ordinarily it'd be okay. Just let me explain this to them, and then you can have fun, okay? Look, y'all. All right, I got my internet went out for some reason, so it took Comcast 4 days to get out here. When they did get out here, and I was actually able to log into my Fidelity account, my account was restricted. So I jumped on the phone. What the and I was a little bit belligerent because I don't know, I'm a little bipolar today, but I was a little bit belligerent. So I didn't necessarily initiate that way, but it escalated. And I'm like, so what? You know, what's going on? And basically, they've been sending letters and sign a beneficiary, sign a beneficiary. I don't have a beneficiary, literally, and that's. I mean, I don't have a power. I don't have anyone that I can assign as a power of attorney today. That the power of attorney would be an individual that you trust with your account in regards
Yes.
to you being incapacitated before you die. This is before you die. Beneficiaries
Right. Yeah,
after you
yeah.
die. Power of attorney is before you die. I don't have anyone. I don't have any siblings. I don't have any parents. I'm no longer married. I don't have anyone over the age of 18 that I can trust as a power of attorney.
You don't
But
need
I'm
it.
with you, Cox. Why the hell do
Bull
they
crap, I
need
don't
that?
need it. They told me I no longer can trade with them. I'm calling an attorney.
Yeah, you should, because that's bullshit. Because they've never asked me that, and I don't have anybody. I don't put anybody that I trust with any of my stuff. I don't put anybody on my stuff.
An
I have a
attorney.
beneficiary. I put my granddaughter, but
Don's
Listen,
wife
I
said
have the
she would help you.
representative. I have the representative. I spoke with
When did
3
she
of
say
them.
that?
I spoke with 3 representatives today, and the last supervisor that I spoke with said, "Yes, Mr. Cox, you cannot be a trader with Fidelity if you do not have a beneficiary." I said, "Thank you very much, sir."
oh, beneficiary. But
No, I'm sorry,
still,
power of attorney.
yeah, that's bullshit.
Oh,
That's a lie.
tell me about it.
Wait a minute. Weren't they just switching over to
But wait
another
a
company?
minute. If you never had a power of attorney to begin with, where was this conversation when you first started? Because
Dude,
you've
I've
been
been
trading with
trading. I've been
Fidelity for
trading.
Right.
forever.
I've been
Right.
trading. I've been trading. I was trading
Calm
with.
down. Calm down.
I've been trading with them before I came to ADT,
Hold on.
Right.
and I think I was trading with them even before the first of the year. I think
But
before
hold
two.
on. Aren't they switching over to another company? Isn't somebody buying them out or
No,
something? Okay.
that's Ameritrade Schwab.
All right. I thought that Fidelity was too, but either
No.
way, you don't need that. You've had it
Fidelity
the whole
are their
time.
own entity. They,
Bullshit.
they're no.
Fidelity, you don't even know.
So
You're the one that's been sticking up for them.
So it's exactly. So
Right.
I mean, and this is kind of
it's kind of insignificant to other individuals. Someone, you may have a spouse, you may have a sibling, you may have parents, you may
That don't
have
mean you
a
trust them.
friend, you may have family. I do not have these things. The only
Can
thing
I ask
I
a
have,
question?
yes, ma'am.
Is this? Do you have a cash account with them, or do you have a
Yes,
margin account?
cash.
Like just a cash? Then I don't
That's
think
all I
there
had.
should be. Yeah.
There's no, yeah, that's something's up there, or
I had a
somebody's
margin
stupid.
account. I had a margin account with a couple of thousand in it previously. And once I got with ADT and I learned learned a few things, I switched it over to a cash account, and I just had a couple of $100 in there, and that's what I've been trading with. And I've been trading with that since all of this year. But all of a sudden
I would
now
make
I have.
sure that they still have it listed as a cash account.
Yes,
Make
yes.
sure that it
Yes,
all
they do.
is that
Yes,
way.
because I had to do that because I had them to remove there's a button where you can go from either cash or margin, and I had them remove it. So yes, all that has been long taken care of months ago. As far as that is concerned,
Did they
this
call
is a
you, or it was in the messages?
it was no. I tried to log into my account when I wanted to place a trade today. They blocked me from placing a trade.
Wow.
And
But then,
I'm like, do
wait,
you
but wait,
realize
didn't that happen to everybody
you
though?
are cutting off my means of income?
That happened to
That
everybody
happened to everybody though.
yesterday.
But not because of a power of attorney.
No, I'm just thinking somebody who's stupid that answered the phone and they don't know what's going on, so they give you
Yeah,
that
that's what
answer.
I'm thinking.
No, I've spoken with 3 customer service representatives at 3 different offices and a supervisor.
Oh, well,
You've
damn,
never
I don't
had
know
one
what to
before.
tell
Like,
you.
let me get on the
Wow.
phone with those people because that's bullshit. Let them try that with
Yeah.
me. Oh my god, I can't even believe that. That's not right. Something's wrong there. Like, you don't need a power of attorney. You're 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 not like this elderly old man that like, and even still, it's not their fucking money. They shouldn't care.
But the thing is, but yet and still, in my individual case, I don't have anyone.
That don't matter. Either
Well, I'm
way,
just
that don't
saying it
matter.
matters. I mean, I'm saying it does, and it
No,
So
it doesn't
it's
matter. They shouldn't. You should not be. You can't
look.
be. They can't be biased on that. They cannot.
Look, I know I'm calling an attorney because that's a form of discrimination.
Exactly.
So I'm calling an
Yeah.
attorney. I'm calling an attorney, and I have the customer service representatives on the recorded line saying, yes, this is their policy and blah 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 blah. So whatever comes out in court, once they pull that recording, this was the understanding that I was given by a professional at your company. So this is what I was told, and this is what was indicated to me on 3 separate phone calls in the same day out of 3 different offices. So
And they record all
therefore,
their calls. They should have
yes,
recorded it too.
exactly. So
So, I mean, did you have money locked away in the account that they're not giving you access to as a result of this?
yes, at first, I mean,
Oh, wow, man.
it was nothing but $70. It was
Don't
nothing but
matter.
7, but that was, I can trade with $70. I could
Exactly.
have bought, I
Right.
was in the middle of buying I was about to buy 2 contracts, $70. I was about to do my regular, what I've been doing. Things have been going, kind of, I've been
Hey,
paying
look,
attention to the rules.
somebody
Things
said
have
that's
been,
their policy. They might know Kurt. They said they know Kurt Cook. That happened to you too?
huh?
I'm saying somebody in the
Somebody
chat said
Kirk
posted.
Cook said it
that's
happened to
their
him.
policy. That's their policy. So
I
I'm guessing that
understand it's a
must have happened to
policy,
him.
but even if it's a form of policy, that's a form of discrimination because
Yeah, it's not their policy
you
though.
telling me because I don't have siblings, I cannot trade with your business because I don't
Well, I
have
mean, they can make
family?
their business whatever they want it to be.
Exactly, but that's also a form of discrimination. They might as well say, okay, well, hey, you know what? If you black with 4 fingers, you can't trade.
Right.
I
Bullshit.
don't think they know your color.
That's irrelevant. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying it's along the same premise. It's a form of discrimination, sir.
Yeah.
It's a form of
Well,
discrimination.
Okay.
if it is what it is, you might just have to move on to another platform,
I already pulled the money out. I already pulled the money out, shot it over to Robinhood, and I'm about to load it into Weevil. I have a plan.
There you go.
I have a plan,
Yeah.
but that's neither here nor there. That's a form of discrimination.
You just wanted to come on
that you're
here and
going to let
bitch about
everybody
it.
know.
I get you.
You're going to let everybody know their little.
Because if
what
you
they're all
guys could be fake, that could happen. We don't give financial or tax advice on here or anything like that, but you know, be mindful. If it happened to him, it's something that could possibly be coming down the pipeline. In your case, maybe this is something that they've just implemented. Who knows? Because it seemed like they would have said something to you much earlier on. You've been trading with them for months, so
why
you know what I mean.
Why do they care where your money goes while you're alive? Like, what is that? In case something happens to you, but that's not their.
I had a similar thing happen with PayPal one time with my business account for J&J Video, and all of a sudden I had $400 in there that they froze up. I couldn't access it. I couldn't add to it. I couldn't take from it. And they said, "Yeah, do you have a business license?" Okay, I set this up 6 months ago. You're just now asking me, do I have a business license? Yeah, I do. But you don't just decide to keep $400 of my money and not do that in the beginning process.
That's
Okay,
true.
when I
And that
first
was
signed up for
my
this account,
entire
why
argument.
was I not told that I needed to provide documentation that it would, here you go, here's the license, can you release my port? And they released it. But I was pissed because for a day or two, I didn't know what was going on. This person didn't know what was going on. Oh yeah, finally somebody dug and said, "Yeah, we need proof that you're okay." Well, I started this freaking PayPal account 6 months ago, and you didn't ask me for that. You know, so why now? You know, and I said, "Is it because there's $400 in there, and you guys are trying to be crooks?" And somebody from their department said, "Well, actually, yeah, when your account begins to grow at the magnitude that your account's beginning to grow, yeah, we do start taking extra." No, that's not right. You don't just all of a sudden out of the blue decide to lock up $400 of my money because of something that should have been handled way back when I started the account. So I feel you
That's
guys. I
true.
feel you.
That's true.
Yeah, that's bullshit. All bullshit.
Luckily, I had the license, you know what I mean? But I sent it to them after the fact. I got them to release that $400 right away based on the fact that that's absolute bullshit. And I was going to call my attorney, you know what I mean?
Just
so,
like you don't.
yeah,
I'm in the process of.
Just like you don't take someone's Bitcoin for verification reasons and then tell them, "Oh, you can't have it back because you got too much money in the account." What? Right?
Look, I'm in the process of filling out the form, and I was going to use Logan, and then, you know, and it dawned on me, I'm like, it's probably going to have to be a person over the age of 18. So I said, hey, you know, this has
But not
to be
for a beneficiary though. It could be
no,
your beneficiary.
that's for
could be.
power of attorney, brother. I'm telling you what they explained to me.
I've never seen
Yeah,
that
I
on
know. I get it.
But they
I get
and I'm like, because I started to shoot Logan, but that wouldn't have worked because as soon as they ran his social security number and find out his social security number is 5 years old, here's my, you know, my account's still locked up. But my whole thing is, you locked my trading account. Now you've locked my ability to make money. This is how I eat. So they hindered, they impeded my ability to feed myself today.
Sounds like a lawsuit to me.
Thank you.
Yep. Hell yeah. I would. Don't use a lawyer.
Thank you.
Just do it.
So
what's happening down in the chat, Linda, about Intech? Jen's asking about should she block them? They asked, are we going to talk stock stuff? See, this is a lounge. This is a stock lounge. We're talking stock stuff and we talk.
We are. I mean, we're talking about stocks. We're talking about a broker.
Yeah, I mean, I think the person just
we
needs
talk
to
about
be,
stock stuff
we
and
talk
other stuff.
about, but it's not just all stocks and trades and what's the high and low and
right.
You know,
Hey,
we're venting here.
And this is related to stocks.
Dawn, what was the issue with the other individual about someone named JoJo?
I have no idea. I didn't see.
I don't know if we want. Yeah, I don't even want to relive
the reason
that.
I asked is because that this particular individual was talking crap to me in the chat, and I didn't respond. So
That's
You
good.
know,
Yeah,
I'm
just
just
don't. I
Yeah, I saw
mean,
somebody was handling somebody named JoJo down there. I think
yeah,
Red
yeah.
James deleted a bunch
yeah.
of messages.
Whoever this
So
person was talking crap to me once in the chat too. I left it alone. You know, and I left it alone because they didn't have enough courage or anything to come up and step up on. You know, they wanted to lay back in the
I mean,
chat.
sometimes it's hard because the names that you see here aren't the names that you sometimes see in Discord or that
No,
you
it was
see in
here.
Zoom.
I'm saying it was.
But I'm just
what-
saying that name may be tied to some other name, and they may be a valid person. So
and here's the thing. I actually did tonight was the first night that I actually put a promo out on X about the show. So we very well may be getting some other people
Outside
in here.
yeah,
So that
Just
may
But their
be
curious.
names are
what's
different,
going
like
on.
Miss Linda said. Their names do be different.
if
My
that
name is different.
person is looking for stocks and trading information only and doesn't want to listen to personal life experiences that have happened through the day that also kind of impact somebody's ability to trade, then they just need to move on. Because
That's true.
There you go.
And at the end of
There
the
you
day,
go.
they're gonna quickly realize that they're gonna have broker problems, and brokers
That's what
and if
ADT.
that's what
are
they're
part
looking
of
for,
stocks.
then
That's
Okay.
let them go on. But I don't think my thing was don't block that person because they just need to be aware of what this platform is. And I
Right.
don't
Yeah,
think
that's
just by
true too,
asking
Miss
that,
Linda.
We
That's
and we
true.
can
the
that
and we
majority
can
of
question
direct.
us are traders that wait a minute. The majority of us are traders that come from American Dream Trading. If you are not from American Dream Trading and wish to talk stocks and things like that and get educated on them, feel free to hit the link that is pinned to the top of the chat and join the ADT trading group, of which we are all, most of us are a part of. That's where a lot of us are hailed from.
Exactly.
This is simply a stock lounge where we come in the aftermarket and talk about how our day went, things that are affecting us in and out of the market. And that's what this is. This is not a stock education course or anything like that. So yeah, we talk stocks in here and we also talk life. If you want strict stocks, then join ADT, hit that link up at the top of the page and join ADT and come get in the Zoom call between 9 and 4. So there you go.
And Cox, you don't have to attack everybody, brother. I'm trying to help.
Hey,
and we
it's not
can't
called
fix your problem either.
it's not attack. It's called defense. Don't talk shit to me if I said nothing to you. First and
Okay,
foremost.
I was trying to help. I thought
And
we was in the group.
second of all, hey, we are all individuals in here. Keep your assumptions and what you think, what you believe about another individual to yourself. We're not
Okay.
on here to judge
This
other
is
people.
all right.
I
This
thought we
getting
were on
weird
here.
now,
I
bro.
thought we were
All right.
on here to be friendly.
Okay. I was
If
trying
we
to
can't
help.
be
I
on
thought
here
this
to
was
if we can't be
allowed.
on here to friendly, you need to find somewhere else to be.
All right, I'm gonna leave.
Hey,
Then.
listen,
I'm gonna just go ahead and leave.
it don't
Listen.
need to be. It don't need to
No,
be
it
all of
do need to
that.
be
It
that. It
doesn't
is
need to
gonna
be
go
all of
there
that.
because listen, I'm not about to sit here and argue with somebody. I'm gonna just leave. Okay, that's it. I'm not about to argue with nobody over nothing. I'm gonna leave. I was trying to help
Hey
you out. I
guys,
thought this was a group where we help people out. And why you got to put on the defense if I'm trying to help you? I don't understand that. So I'm gonna just let y'all talk about the brokers
but
and
you know
everything,
what?
and I'm gonna go.
You did mention that you in a zone today, Cox. So you know what I mean. Maybe you
You know what I'm
taking it a
saying? I
little bit
feel like
extra
I'm getting
sensitive. I
attacked
don't
every
know.
time I try to help you with something, bro. That's all I said. Stocks. You know what I mean? What the hell?
He might be joking with you a little bit too much. Maybe don't joke with him so much.
What are you talking
Ralph.
about?
You know what
I
I
have
mean?
nothing. I don't know what Ralph was talking
Rewind the
about.
tape back. You just really went off on you. Lucky we on the platform, bro.
No, I think he's talking about the person that's saying stuff in the chat.
No, he talking
Thank you,
about me.
David.
No, he talking about me.
Oh,
Let's get it right.
Thank you,
Because
David.
that's it.
All
Almost
right, well,
sounded like you were
clarify
talking about
then.
Ralph.
Thank you,
Okay,
Yeah.
Clarify
David.
cool.
then.
Okay,
Okay.
Hey,
cool.
Because
hey,
if you
Thank you,
talking to me,
David.
we can go there, bro.
I was
let's.
We
confused
just
for a
gonna do
minute.
it
Yeah,
right.
no.
Okay.
Ralph, don't
You
even
know
do
what?
it. Don't even do it because we figured out it was wrong. So don't get
Let,
yourself
I was
upset because
All
confused
right
for
then.
a
I
minute.
just want to
chill
clarify.
out.
Hey
wait
guys,
a
I just
minute.
want to
didn't we have fun
clarify it, okay?
yesterday?
Wait a minute.
Let's
Look,
just have fun.
Thank you, David. Very
the
nice to hear you.
reason the reason I can read between the lines is because I've been married 20-something years.
Well, me and Cox ain't married.
Yeah,
But
you
don't
learn
you
how
be
to
coming up in my
read
face like
minds
that,
then.
bro.
Well, I know.
Yeah,
He didn't come up in your face.
I
We
wasn't even
established
talking
I
to
that he
think
didn't
we
you.
do
didn't
that.
get We didn't get the.
You was
we're
exactly
changing
talking to me.
No, I
something
wasn't.
about something else.
If I
No,
was
he
talking to
was.
you, I'm man enough to say your name.
Yeah, he
All
was
right, then.
talking. He was talking
Well, I
about
need to get some
Back
JoJo.
up.
clarifying.
Raphael, back up, because I wasn't talking to you.
Let's all make up. Let's all.
Okay, you know what? I tell you what, guys. Everybody have a great day, and I'm gonna shut it down. Everybody have a good night. Have
Thank
a good
you.
one.
All right.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
You know, it's crazy, man. I was in the process of shutting this down, but listen, if we can't just come on here and just talk and just chill without getting out of hand, out of control, we're all adults. You know what I mean? This stream wasn't created for us to get in here and start bickering. If you have a bad day in the market, then that's what I created it for us to just simply talk it out. You know, it doesn't have to be getting loud. It doesn't have to be slamming each other. We're supposed to have each other's back in here. This was not created to be a boxing ring where we come in here and tear each other down. So hopefully moving forward, we won't have conversations going on like that again. And if it is, I'm just going to kick people out. Okay. And you won't be allowed back. I don't want that bullshit going on in this stream. Okay? Not pointing fingers, but I'm just letting everybody know moving forward. Let's keep it copacetic, kumbaya in this motherfucker, okay? Because it doesn't have to be like that. All right. I love you guys in the chat. I love everybody that was on the panel today. And misunderstandings happen. Let's just call it a wash. Everybody go get some food, relax, and we'll come back tomorrow at 5:00 and do this again. All right. You guys have a good night. And if you want to support the stream and send something in the tip jar, please do so. Have a good night, everybody.